So he's going to lead himself to perdition because he already made that choice. It was eternal, was set as soon as he did it, as soon as he made that choice. And those who dwell on the earth will marvel, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they see the beast that was and is not and yet is. And you see the correlation there. God who was and is to come. Life that was and is to come. Death, or the one who is not, that was and is not and yet is. And it could just as easily say and yet is present. It's present. It's present for the time. Present for a little space. But not forever, because he is not that life, and nor does he trust in that life. I'm not that life, but I trust in that life. I made a choice to trust in that life. And that's why I am with the one who was and is to come. Because he came into me. And he's going to take me with him wherever he goes. I'm going to read the next two. I'm not sure if I'll leave that in there, but 11 is the main one I want to get to. So 9 says, here is the mind which has wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sits. There are also 7 kings. 5 have fallen, 1 is, and the other has not yet come. And when he comes, he must continue a short time. The beast that was and is not is himself also the 8th, and is of the 7, and is going to perdition. So you see, he explains a little more in detail and says that he is going to lead himself into perdition. He's going to finish what he started, so to speak. God began a work in you, and he is going to finish that work. Well, Satan began a work in himself away from God, and he is going to lead himself into perdition. Perdition being destruction. If you want to say that life is a thing, then you would say that God is life. I say that life is a person. Well, if destruction is a thing, and destruction is represented by a person, then you could say that Satan is destruction. God came into the world as the Son, his own Son, the Son of life, the Son who gives life, the Son who does the same thing that God does. Therefore, he is God. Only God can give life. Only God has life in himself. And he said that repeatedly, especially in the book of John, if you want to look at that. God has life in himself. Even so, the Son has life in himself. So, Satan is destruction. And the son of destruction is not only coming, he is here. And this is where it gets to the scary part. In my mind, this is very scary. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Paul is speaking and he gives a warning here. I'm going to start in verse 1. Now, brethren, concerning the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ and our gathering together to him, we ask you. Now, see that he says it in a time frame that seems to indicate they expect it soon. There's a lot of writings that indicate that they expected it soon. They didn't expect it in 2,000 years. Might have something to do with the fact that to God, a day is as 1,000 years. 1,000 years is as a day. And maybe they misunderstood. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe they all understood perfectly and they knew that God would tarry as long as he saw fit, and that those who read this would just know, because the Spirit dwelling in them would know that, well, it applies more to me in proximity to time than it did to them. So it's more for the one reading it as we get closer than it was for them at that time. Or just the fact that they were all going to die soon, so they are all going to see this. Because if you go to sleep in the Lord, and then you wake up in a flash, it's only a moment. It's only a moment from when you pass to when you're going to see all this. Verse 2, we ask you, not to be soon shaken in mind or troubled, either by spirit or by word or by letter, as if from us, as though the day of Christ had come. So he's warning them, people are going to say that he already came and you missed it or something like that. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day will not come unless the falling away comes first, and the man of sin is revealed, the son of perdition. Remember what I was just saying, the son of destruction? It's one and the same person. Just like the Son of God is God in human form. The son of perdition, who also operates in the Spirit. The Son of Man is here. He lives in me. Jesus lives in here. Jesus himself, my Father, the Son of God, the one who came for me and died on the cross. The Spirit of that one. The son of destruction lives in the world, has been in the world a long time, and he's doing things. The one who was and is not, and yet is. He is not in any way that is of any eternal consequence. That's why I can say he is present, but not the way God is.